Funny but Foul. New episodes Mondays and Fridays. Make sure you follow us on Spotify for your listening needs. Check us out on Instagram, Funny but Foul Podcast, Funny but Foul on TikTok, and everywhere else. Give us that likey. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the show.
Top of my dome, basically taken down to a buzz. We're probably gonna
Buzz it again.
Probably gonna do it.
Reconstruction.
Probably again. Yeah. But
That's right.
how you feeling, man? How's this week?
This week's been fucking great, man. Just been fucking working, all the good shit. But you know what, man? I'll tell you,
What's
the
up?
harder you work, the sexier the weekends become. Because this week,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
this week is fucking. It's a long weekend, right?
It is.
So-
BC day.
Yeah. So this whole week I've been working these fucking 11-hour.
Oh yeah,
shifts and
true.
shit.
Yeah.
So now, fucking Saturday night, just hanging out, and you realize your dick is just a little bit bigger, just because
Is
of
that-
all
is that
that
what it
hard
is? Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
work, man.
Okay,
That's
fine.
right. That's right.
Well, being that this is part 2 of our series, last time we did this, we ended off at the holding facility from your prison ordeal.
So basically, we'll start it off right here. We ended up getting on the bus from the holding facility.
Yeah,
It
okay.
usually takes.
7 days, you said, I think, right?
It took 7 days for me, but it's because I was from Canada.
Okay.
Most people from down there are either citizens or they're Mexicans, so it's like the process has been done before.
So if you're like a resident, it's much quicker. It's a few days.
Right. So if they just have more history of doing things in your way, as far as like application process, think
yeah.
about it that way. Mexicans, lots of them come and go. So
Right.
there's a lot of volume there, and then obviously citizens, it's a pretty straightforward idea. Now for me, it's a little bit different because they have to talk to different things to see if I lose, how it
Right.
goes, and it's just a different processing way. So anyway, we get on the fucking bus. And we're all wearing fucking blues, okay? We're chained up like this.
What does blue mean? Does that mean that you're not in prison yet, or is that like specific to where you're going, like county?
So blues can be something like nothing,
Okay.
okay? So whenever you do a crime, there is if you're not a citizen,
Yeah.
there is the criminal factor of it, and then there is the immigration portion,
Okay.
okay? If you fucked up and you came to the country illegally, you might just wear blues and you might never go to county. You might just go to the immigration holdings.
Right.
Right? So those guys over there, they just wear blues. Blues, what it means is it's like a neutral color. Means you don't have any criminal backgrounds. You don't have anything
Right.
like that. You nothing has been said and done.
Okay.
Right? Afterwards, when you receive to county, when you're on the bus, so we're on the fucking bus there. We're all chained up like this.
Right.
Guy comes past me and he's getting lifted on. You know what a fucking...
What do you mean lifted on?
Okay. You ever seen a fucking dolly? Like one of
Yeah,
those
yeah,
red
yeah.
dollies?
Yeah.
2 wheels.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy's strapped into that.
Oh,
with
like
a fucking mask
like
on.
That's I've seen that movie. I've fucking seen
Bro.
that movie. It's Hannibal Lecter's. What the fuck?
Swear
that
to
is.
God, this guy has a fucking mask on.
I've seen that movie. I'm gonna fucking pull it up right now. That's
Bro,
Hannibal Lecter.
Literally that fucking
What
movie.
the fuck?
This guy's wearing a fucking mask. Quiet. Like, if I was a CO, I would never think out of my mind that this guy was that dangerous or something. Not a huge guy either.
So you saw him before he got on like the whole like.
He got
dolly
on
thing.
very last.
But I mean, you saw him before he was like strapped. So, like you knew this guy already.
Yeah,
already
you
seen
know
him.
what his face is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and he did not look like.
he did not. I don't know what the fuck he did, but I was
Yeah.
hella interested.
Yeah, no
I
kidding,
wanted
man.
to know.
Jesus.
Right? So we're
Right.
on the bus, right? And it seems like I'm the most fucked there, or maybe it seems that way in my mind, but I was the happiest guy on that bus because I knew so I thought at that point I
Right.
was only gonna do like a month or so.
Oh yeah, so you're like 30 days.
So-
It's gonna be like a fucking not a
This
vacation.
is gonna be
this is gonna
a breeze.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is gonna
sure,
be
sure.
jokes. This is gonna be a breeze. I've been preparing this my whole life. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And
Yeah,
now
sure.
we're here at the pearly gates.
Yeah.
Wondering what the fuck we're gonna do. So I turn around, right? And the CO is basically, there's 2 COs up front.
Mm-hmm.
One is driving, one is there with a shotgun, and there's one guy at the back.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's pretty.
And then they take this guy, and he's sitting basically, if it's not parallel to me, but maybe the row behind me.
Okay.
So I turn to him, and I'm like, "Yo, pony boy,
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to
Like
God.
a fucking quote
I'm like, yo,
outsiders.
Pony Boy. And then nothing. Nothing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm like, yo, you fuck. Nothing. So the CO is like, comes up to me. He was actually a nice guy. Later on, I found out.
Right.
He's like, dude, that guy's deaf. He's like, that guy's fucking deaf. He's like, don't waste your breath.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I want to know his story. He's like, he basically is like, yo, so does my grandma, but nobody's going to fucking know nothing. Right? Nobody,
Yeah.
because unless he tells you, no CO can come up to you and say this guy is that unless
Right.
they have a notion or an intent of like this guy did some type of domestic violence or he raped a kid or raped someone or killed someone that was like it was a violation of like you know what I mean? Like
so he didn't tell you. what
no,
this guy
he
did.
didn't tell me what the fuck that happened. And that's a thing that killed me the whole fucking time I was there.
Did you ever find out?
No, I never fucking found out.
Fuck.
I wanted to fucking know so bad where the
So
fuck
he
this
could have
guy
been like
is.
a cannibal. You would have had no idea.
I would have no fucking idea.
God damn.
So shout out to this deaf guy out there. If you're out there,
if you're listening, turn on the closed
Yeah.
captions right here so you can see what's going on.
yeah. So if you're out there, you know, call us, let us know. My name is Armanic Bushlu, and I approve this message.
He might give your like prisoner number.
Yeah.
Take it
So
look it up.
So we get off right, and we finally get there. It's like an hour and a half ride.
Okay. Because
From that
where did
holding-
it start? Well, the holding facility was it in LA County?
No, so holding
Sorry,
facility
San Diego.
holding facilities downtown San Diego.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going from there to like 5 minutes away from the border. I could literally see.
Oh, so you were going south towards Mexico.
Sorry, I'm mistaken. We were going to Mesa County.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm mistaken with the feds.
That's okay. That's okay.
So Mesa's a little bit north.
Yeah.
It was probably an hour,
Yeah. Okay.
but it was mostly traffic.
Mhm.
So we're going up north.
Fucking California, bro.
It's just traffic everywhere,
Fucking
bro.
California.
Whether you're Calabasas or you're fucking suck my dick somewhere in fucking Fresno,
Bakersfield, man.
bro.
Huh?
Disgusting.
Don't go to Bakersfield.
So we get there, and what I realize is that we're gonna get portioned off from
Okay.
that area. So they start deciding, like, okay, so they start deciding, okay, where you go,
Yeah.
and they give you a number, and they check off your name, and they check your pupils to see if you're like there or not, right?
Yeah.
So they check my pupils. They say, okay, this guy's whatever. It's his first one. Okay, so send him here. So I go to a unit, and they're explaining like my rights, the rules of the unit. You
Yeah.
know, it's like a 45
You're
minute
pretty
thing.
like standard like
Yeah,
entry
standard
thing, right? Yeah.
entry thing. So once we get to the yard, we get to the door. We still have chains on and everything, right?
Right.
They give us oranges at that point. So at that point, they decided my 2 felonies that I went there with
Mm-hmm.
at county jail deserved oranges, and oranges is intermediate.
Yeah, because that's what like when I think of a prisoner in the States,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of an orange jumpsuit. I think that's what most people, especially when they just think of prisoner in the States, they're gonna think of orange jumpsuits because you see
Yeah.
it on the news when someone's like
Right.
being brought into court or whatever.
like the cliche
Generally, yeah,
color.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's understandable. And obviously, guys, like East Coast, you know, Northeast, different places have different colors,
Right.
of course. But you kind of get the idea based on like if you went to jail in California, you're basically gonna have pretty much the same colors.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going there, and they're telling us all these things, and they're saying one thing you got to keep in mind is that these county prisons are very political.
Right.
There you have to run with somebody. You can't just run by yourself
Mm-hmm,
because scheduling your schedule for the day.
Yeah.
They always tell you to keep to your schedule.
And how long were you? Did you know at that point how long you were gonna stay in county?
So I thought,
Okay, so you had an impression that you were going to stay for, you said 30 days, right? Now, given that you thought you basically were under the assumption it was going to be 30 days unless some like weird shit happened, what was your mentality going in? Was that same mentality that you had like in the bus where like it's going to be fucking like no problem?
it's peanuts.
Peanuts, right? Okay.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Because after you basically run into the most shocking things within the first 7 days.
In that holding
In the holding
facility. Yeah,
facility.
that's crazy.
After that, you kind of there's different aspects that you don't foresee that will shock you.
Yeah.
But certain things just don't shock you anymore.
Right.
Like they check your ass again.
I was just gonna say, so like that whole
That 45 minutes that they're telling you
that
this
beginning,
orientation,
you already done that.
you're doing that shit again. They're
Right.
checking your pupils. They're asking you if you're on drugs, if you ever been on drugs, where you coming from, where's your family from.
Right.
Basically, when you're crossing the border, those kind of questions. Plus, they check your asshole again, right? Just to make sure if you, from the fucking moment you left the fucking holding facility to now, somehow you didn't get
Yeah.
something up your ass
Sure.
magically by fucking Zeus himself. How
Sure.
the fuck are you? How the fuck am I?
Maybe
gonna,
the CO is fuck. Who knows?
You're walking me
I know,
out.
I know. It's kinda
Where am I
ridiculous.
gonna put this in my ass? Anyway, so we go in. They open the door, and I'm there. I'm going in this unit with like 20 dudes. Okay. We got whites, and it's this unit is portioned off.
And,
Okay.
and how big is the prison actually? This county jail?
County jail. It's similar to most federal jails.
Oh,
in
it's in size.
in
Okay.
in the way they run it.
I
So
see.
they run it in units. There's no like basically it's a dormitory. There's multiple dormitories.
Right. Like
on-
wings.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
multiple wings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and it all depends on term, what you did.
Mm-hmm.
They section you off. Like you have a that place is so big you have a PC yard with like pedophiles and stuff.
That's huge.
So it's a pretty big place. It's
Yeah.
not like tiny.
So
Right?
was it about as big as the federal?
I would say like
Bit smaller?
5/8
Okay.
the size.
That's still big.
Still huge.
That's huge.
Still
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Right? Nothing tiny, nothing to laugh at. So you're there, and then they portion you off. You go to different places. You got the cafeteria. They tell
Yeah.
you where the doctor is. Blah blah blah. You know if you got herpes or whatever the fuck. So we go in, and I'm basically the last guy to walk in because it goes from last name, right? So
Oh,
it
but
goes
from backwards.
Yeah, it goes backwards.
That's hilarious. I
So-
would have been first.
Yeah. So I
would've been
was the so you go in there and you get the impression of what's going on. So what is going on is you have 4 tiers or 4 teams or 4 gangs or whatever the fuck you want to call it politically, and you go to something else if you want. And then what happens is they come up to you based on what you look like. And they come up to you and say,
okay, so hold on. You're talking about these 4 groups that you just identified.
Yeah,
You haven't
in that
identified them
unit.
yet. Yeah. So those 4 groups, they just come up to you at the same time, one by one. Like, what's the deal here?
No. So basically, they guess where you're from.
Oh, I see.
So you have these 4 things. You got Southsiders, which is the biggest one in there.
Yeah.
They're like 90% of the prisons there.
Yeah.
Right? Counties. You got Southsiders. You got whites, which is the second in coming. You have black.
You're talking like when you're talking about white, you're talking about like white, like
Yeah.
Aryan Brotherhood kind of
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So you got like skinheads, like true
Yeah, yeah,
whites,
yeah.
like but he has like a fucking,
Yep.
you know. And then what you have is you have black and others,
Mm-hmm.
and then you also have Southsiders and Paisas are almost the same,
Okay.
but Paisas like run together. They don't because they don't know English. They don't really fuck with the Southsiders
I see.
because they're just Paisas. They're like farmers and shit from Mexico
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
are just there because of like the amount of times they try to cross the border,
Fuck.
and eventually, like after the 20th time, it turns into a felony.
Would they be the most like the least violent group in there? The
Of
Paisas,
course,
right? Yeah.
You see grandpas
Keep
and
to
shit.
themselves
yeah,
and shit.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
the other groups bother them and shit?
The cool thing is they don't.
So
the
they get-
cool
they-
thing is that the
Almost a weird kind of respect.
it's
for them,
big
right?
respect because
That's
the
cool.
the Paisas are the original family of the Southsiders.
Right. Yeah.
So you see the most dangerous Southsider like talk to an OG Paisa who's like 70 in there, and he's
Yeah.
like he's just talking to him in like in Spanish.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
talking shit like a son would talk to a father, that type of thing, right?
That's really
it's
cool.
basically like this is my son. This you see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
products, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This guy was just an honest guy, kind of like my grandpa or something.
Exactly, yeah,
Crossed
yeah.
the border,
Yeah.
and then his son joined some group, and they're both in there. One is in there because he just crossed 100 fucking times because his family's
Fuck.
there, and the other one's there for like fucking felonies and other
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So,
Who approached you?
so initially the white man knew from my face and facial features that he's not. They looked at me like, no, that's
They're
not,
like,
that's
they're
not
like,
one of us.
maybe,
Yeah.
but probably not.
No, not even maybe. It was like, that's not one of us. Yeah. So boom, and then what happened was, do you know who Jedi Mind Tricks is? I'm gonna have a picture
rapper?
of
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
Vinny Pazienza.
we're gonna put him up right
Yeah,
there.
somewhere. And Vinny Pazienza is Italian,
Yep.
but he looks like a fucking like a Mexican.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
you
Yeah.
could pass for a light color Mexican. A Vinny Pazienza motherfucker, just face tattoos and everything, comes up to me. He's like, "Hey Holmes, where you from? Where you coming at?" And I was like,
Oh, I got all that. Hey, Holmes.
Yeah.
Keys. What's going on?
and then I was like, he's like, "Where you from? Like, what do you rep?" I'm like, "I don't rep nothing." He's
Yeah.
like, "You gotta run with somebody.
You gotta rep something now.
You got to run with somebody."
Fuck.
He's like, "Are you like?" He started being like, "Spanish is the whatever. What do you
Yeah.
what do you say? What do you say when you say that? Like, do you speak Spanish? How do you say
Hablas
that?"
español?
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah.
right? So he
Hablas-
said,
Normally,
yeah.
actually, if you're someone who actually speaks, because what's cool about Spanish is when you speak with somebody else who speaks Spanish, like an actual native speaker, you're gonna cut a lot of words out. So you're gonna be less formal with everything. So if
Right.
somebody's like learning Spanish, you'll be nice with them. Be like, "Hablas español," or like, hace whatever. But or it's like when if you ask like, "How are you doing?" Like, "Oh, ¿cómo estás?"
Right.
Or whatever. You're almost like formal with it. But when you do shorthand, it's like, "¿Qué tal?"
Yeah,
Or if you're gonna ask somebody like if they're speaking,
right.
"Hablas."
Yeah,
That's it.
it depends
That's
on the
it.
tense.
You straight up just say "Hablas." Talks.
Yeah.
"Hablas."
Yeah. So I was like, no Spanish, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, "So where you from?" I'm like, "I'm Middle Eastern, bro." And this is my first joke.
He's
in prison.
like, "The fuck you doing here?"
He's like, he's like Middle Eastern from where? I'm like, "The most terrorist country you know."
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "Iraq?" I'm like, "Nope, close, Iran."
Second most.
Yeah. We got nuclear plants. So anyway, this guy didn't even smirk to that.
Oh, so you tried to crack a joke.
Yeah,
This
I
didn't
tried
fly.
to crack a joke. He's like, "You're not one of us. I'm not gonna laugh at your shit. Fuck you." So
Fuck.
he's like, "I'm gonna give you one advice, which I shouldn't.
Interesting.
Don't share anything, food, nothing, with people who aren't in your crew.
Does this include like information, like talking, just like straight up anything?
Just be." He's like, just listen to me. It's your first time here.
Yeah.
Don't share food. Don't share nothing. Like if you give him an
Yeah.
object,
Yeah.
talking is whatever. But if you're giving him an object, make sure that it's not a product that you're giving him.
You mean like that? It's a common thing? What do you mean?
Like anything from commissary foods,
Yeah.
any of your food, don't give anything to anybody that's outside of your crew.
Oh, okay. But
And-
you didn't have a crew at this point.
I know. He's like, "You're going to get a crew."
Oh.
But when you're in that crew, you can't give anything to
That
anybody
makes
else.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Only inside your crew you can give stuff.
For sure. Yeah.
I got this black ass motherfucker from fucking Mississippi or Alabama or like Kansas or some shit.
Jesus.
"Hey boy,
Yeah.
hey boy, come over here." I go over there. Couple of brothers, son.
Like
The
real
darkest,
dark brothers.
the
Yeah,
darkest
yeah.
table
Yeah.
in that fucking hall. All right, the darkest place. Those lights full at 100%, and that place was a shadow. Okay, it was that dark,
Yeah.
right? And these guys are playing dominoes.
That's
I
some old
walk.
school shit
I
right
walk.
there.
There's
Dominoes
probably
and
like
marbles, man.
I don't know exactly how many, but I think it was like 9 of them. This is a 100 person fucking dorm. There's 9 of us.
That's nothing.
Right. So later on, I'll come into why, like things I've done was
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
idiotic because we're the smallest people there.
Right.
So at that point, these guys played dominoes, and honestly, I never played dominoes in my life.
Yeah, because like when people think of dominoes, they think of like you as a kid, like you set up dominoes
Yeah.
and you play. That's not dominoes.
That's not dominoes.
Dominoes is like when you put on the table and you set it and like yeah,
Right.
that's dominoes.
That's dominoes.
Yeah.
So he's like, you want to play? He's like, "You're one of us." I'm like, "What does this mean?"
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
like, you can only hang with us. Your shower times with our time. Our shower times is 7:30 in the morning to 8 a.m. and 7 in the morning to 7:30 and 7 at night to 7:30.
Okay.
That's our shower time.
Yeah.
Don't go outside the shower
I was just
time.
gonna say if you miss that, skip your shower.
We're gonna come into
Oh,
why
fuck.
shower time's important.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes, 30 seconds, or 5 hours. Don't skip your shower time.
Yeah.
He's like, if you start smelling, we're not gonna sit with you in cafeteria. And nobody else is gonna allow you to sit with them because you have
So
tables.
hygiene's fucking important here, man.
Yeah, you can't be thing. Keep
Interesting.
your bedroom clean. Nothing under your bed.
Yeah.
Not your bedroom. Keep your bed, which is like a two-tier bed.
Yeah, like a bunk.
I got lucky. I got the lower bunk.
Damn.
There was this one Asian guy, and we'll go into why this Asian guy. This guy was from Cambodia.
Oh yeah.
Hard Asian guy.
Damn.
Hard Asian
yeah,
guy.
Yeah, I believe it.
Like-
the Thais, Cambodians, and Indonesians are hard.
Bruh, this guy had 2 tattoos like 21 Savage with crosses
Oh,
under his
fuck,
eye,
dude.
like literally a millimeter from his like under his eye bags.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
where his tattoo
Yeah.
was. I was like, this motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah.
So this guy started being my friend. Initially, we sat there. He's like, "Yo, don't trip." I'm like, "This is my first time." Like, I didn't go in there like acting like I'm the shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I just kind of kept quiet.
Yeah.
And
Did this humble you at all? The beginning, not like
Absolutely.
the end, but like the beginning. Did this humble you?
everything, the whole process did.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole process did.
Well, because I remember at the beginning you said you were under the impression that it was gonna just be like a quick 30-day thing and almost a breeze.
The more you go on,
I was just gonna say the longer you realize, as you start to realize you're gonna be there for longer, does it humble you even more?
It sets in.
Right.
It sets in harder.
Yeah.
So we're in there one time, and this is the first day, right? And I'm asking like when food is, blah blah blah, this and this. I look over and I see the Mexicans working out like it's fucking a communist concentration camp. All right, the Mexicans in there,
Like the paisas or the Southsiders.
the Southsiders.
Okay,
The
yeah.
Southsiders, they have schedules,
Yeah.
and what I mean is they have crew schedules.
Damn.
You work out this time, you wake up, you read this time, you do
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
time,
yeah.
you play these games this time, you watch movies this time. It's all set. Anybody
Scheduled life.
anybody outside of that, you're like a cow that's not wanted on a farm. You dead,
Jeez.
right? You dead. You're not gonna get repped.
Yeah.
And I saw this happen. They jump their own people if they're not
Christ.
fucking, dude.
If they fall out of line, you're
cousins
saying.
and
Yeah.
brothers jump their. I'm not talking about blacks when I say brothers. I'm talking about like a
Blood.
true blood
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
will
Yeah.
jump his brother.
Jesus.
If he's acting out of line, he'll be like, and this will be his reasoning. He is not representing my family and my last name, and I want him to know that.
That's insane.
And
man.
there's no talking.
Yeah.
It's they'll just walk. 5 of them will decide. Okay, 10 of them will decide. Okay, that guy needs to get jumped, or the OGs will decide, and they'll tell the younger crew, and they're like hyenas. They'll just grab the dude, smack him, smash him,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then they'll hide it.
Like piranhas.
Yeah. The second rule, or sorry, the third or fourth rule. I don't know which number rule I'm in. Don't snitch.
Yeah.
Do
fair
not
enough.
snitch.
That's
at
like
any cost.
the universal, like even people
Do
out,
not snitch.
like the mainstream.
Don't snitch on your people.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
snitch on anybody else. If you see something, you didn't see nothing.
Right.
Don't talk about it. Don't even talk about it. Like if you see something, like if somebody's carrying a knife, somebody got a shank, they got wine, they got whatever. Don't tell nobody
Yeah.
that they have it. If you want it and they're in your crew, go ask for it. And if they're not in your crew, don't even worry about it because you're not gonna get it.
Right.
So we're in there. We're going about. We'll go to their first meal, and what I realize is these COs, they beat the shit out of you. That's what I realized.
You realize this in county.
in county,
Christ.
right? And I see a guy sneaking a muffin into his sock, and you're not allowed to take food from the cafeteria.
Yeah,
back.
that makes sense. Yeah.
So he's in front. He's like 5 people in front of me. I see the CO. He's like, pulls him aside.
Oh Jesus.
Spread your legs. Spread your legs on the wall like this. Baton. Boom. Like side of the face, jawline. The guy
Jesus.
collapses like a building during
Yeah,
9/11.
No shit, dude.
Okay.
Tower 7.
Tower 7, Tower
Yes.
17. Guy goes down like the biggest twink in the world. Like he can't take a shot from a fucking fly. Goes down. They open up his sock. They see the fucking
Yeah, the
thing.
muff. Yeah.
They take his clothes off. They take all his clothes off to his underwear.
Yeah.
Take his clothes, and they just grab him, hands and feet, and take him. Take him to the dorm. So they knock this guy out. He's unconscious, right?
Yeah.
The 2 COs, they grab him like you're grabbing a bag of
Yeah.
flour.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a
And
fucking
they
bag of
take-
potatoes.
Yeah. And you know what they do? They don't like put him in his bed. They just drop him in the hallway. And eventually he wakes up.
Outside of his.
No.
Oh,
in
like,
the
yeah,
dorm.
yeah, yeah,
In the dorm.
yeah, yeah, right.
In the living space.
Yeah, yeah.
area.
They're just on the
Yeah.
floor. You mean? Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
floor.
yeah.
Boom. Right there.
Jesus,
Get up
dude.
whenever you're fucking ready to get up, bitch. And if you're not ready to get up, don't get up.
Like fucking hell, man.
So
And that's the first time you saw that
this
kind
is
of shit
first
happen.
meal.
Yeah, yeah.
This is first meal.
Christ.
You're like, okay, this is setting expectations
Yeah.
of what's gonna go down here. Okay, so we're there, and then it's getting late, and you know, at that time, I was talking to some of my buddies that were in San Diego.
Okay.
Like we're calling collect.
Yeah.
So I'm calling these guys. I'm telling them how they are, and then I'm calling like other people here, and I'm saying like, what's going on? People
Yeah.
that I have their numbers, which is not many. It's like 3 people.
Right.
So what happened was we're in there, and this one guy, I didn't have my account set up, and that Chinese Cambodian guy,
Yeah.
he's like, hey, listen, I am going to let you call somebody on my minutes because you're in my crew now, right? The black and others, he's the other.
Oh, he's in the
I'm
others.
an other too.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I'm gonna let you because you're different and I'm different than everybody here.
Yeah.
So we have to bond.
Like
I'm
we're like he basically saying like you guys are both others. So you guys are already the same crew, but even within that crew, you guys are different.
We're different than
yeah,
everybody
fair.
else. So let's do it. And I was like, all right, you're fucking sick.
Yeah.
Sick. But he's like, I got conditions. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever you want. Later on, when I get whatever,
He's like,
my
no, now.
commissary gets set up, whatever. No. He's like, all right, cool. So we go by. 2 days go by. This guy comes up to me in the morning.
Yeah.
Kicks me with his heel into my shoulder while I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Where's my $3? $3 for what? Oh, it shows that you had 17 minutes on the phone. That's $3. I need my $3 today. And I go up to this guy. His name is John. We'll call him Brother John because he's all
Cambodian?
super. No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay, yeah.
Black guy.
Okay, so actually, yeah, for reference, what are we gonna call the Cambodian guy?
Cambodian guy. We'll just call him Cambodian guy because he's
fine.
the only fucking Chinese guy, Cambodian, Asian guy in
That's
there.
easy enough for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
Brother John.
Brother John. I'm like, yo, man, this guy's saying thing. He's like, you got two choices. You can
Pay him?
either pay him or fight him.
Fight him. I knew it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pay him or fight him.
What is that shit? You want Narcos, Plata or Plomo?
Yeah, plato or plomo.
God.
So that's Cuban actually, and
It's not Cuban. Plata or Plomo? That's Narcos. That's Pablo Escobar.
yeah, but that's Spanish, no?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
I wish a
Well,
Cuban one.
What? No, the reason I heard that was from I didn't hear it from Narcos. I heard it
where'd
from
you hear
Joey
it from?
Diaz.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, long story short, we huddle up everybody. Basically, everybody knows at this point we're gonna go into the bathrooms where there's no cameras.
Oh, so you chose Plomo.
Oh fuck yeah, fuck yeah! I'm not paying this guy $3.
Jeez,
I don't
man.
even have $3 at this point. My
Yeah,
shit's
I mean,
not set
fair,
up yet.
Fair.
My shit's not set up yet. I went into county with $60 in my books because I had $60 American dollars in my wallet. That's
Yeah.
all I had.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why that's funny. So anyway, we go in there. We go into the thing. This guy start taking shit off, right?
Yeah.
I start taking my thing. Before I could take my shit off, this guy
Already.
gives me a
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
swing.
Yeah.
And I realized at that point, I was like, this guy thinks this is the most logical thing I thought in there for the first time. This guy thinks he has a chance only if he
Yeah.
hits me
So at that
by
point,
surprise.
you knew you were good.
I knew I was good.
Yeah.
All I did, I just grabbed my headlock and I just gave him fucking knees.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
a clinch, just fucking knees.
Right.
2-3 knees in deep. This guy's blooding up his fucking thing. As he's going down, I just give him a couple of shots.
Sure.
And as you can imagine, this is like a washroom in a pool where it's tiled up with those little square tiles.
Yeah.
So when you
some
hit
of them
it,
are probably broken as well.
yeah. So when you hit the dude, he has no kind of compression or kind of shock or
Yeah,
anything.
like a cushion. Yeah, I understand.
There's no cushion. So
Yeah.
it's just like boom, 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 boom. So it's hitting the fucking ground. Somebody yells, CO.
Oh shit.
So people, the Mexicans, they go around him to cover him up. I just walk like this way,
Yeah.
right? The black guy starts spreading around. Everybody starts spreading around. The CO comes around, goes to the other room, gets out. Okay, we start again. So he starts getting up, and we're about to square up, and he's like, all right, forget about the $3.
Yeah, it's like
That
it's
was
good.
my first fight within
2 days.
2 days
Literally
in
2
county.
days. Yeah.
Okay. So me and him, we just completely, like, I take my bunk and I go to a different fucking bunk because I'm like, man, this guy has
Can't fuck with him
probably
anymore.
has a shank, probably has something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he got embarrassed. So
This
I
is-
can't.
This is now like a
stick around.
safety issue. Now.
Hell no,
Yeah.
hell no.
It's not even a pride thing. This is a safety issue. At
This
this
is a
point.
safety
Yeah,
issue.
Yeah.
So after we do this, there's guys getting tattoos in there, like Mexicans and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Like the
And-
old school, right? Like
Old school, like
yeah.
the fucking needle and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Right. And he's pouring ink and he's doing the needle,
Yeah, and
pouring
that's-
ink,
yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah.
the needle. And I'm like, yo, man, how much do I gotta give to you for you to do it? He's like, I gotta ask my OG. He goes, ask the OG. OG's like, fuck no, fuck that guy. He's
You're-
a terrorist.
yeah.
We're not gonna do shit
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he gives us $60 from commissary, $100. Doesn't matter shit. So, fast forward to a few days, we have shower time.
Ooh.
Okay.
First shower. I mean,
Shower
not the first
time.
shower, but ew.
No, it's not first shower. This is where the situation happened,
I
but
see.
it's
I
not
see.
my
I see.
first
All
shower.
right. All right.
So Remember I told you initially 7 to 7:30.
And also, yeah, don't miss your showers. Yeah.
I was there at 7:32
Oh, dude.
because
no
I
way.
went in
No,
at
you didn't.
7:25, just not thinking
Oh,
about it.
no.
Okay, so I go in there. Three Mexis Southsiders
Yeah.
come up to me and say, "Hey, brother,
It's
shower time's
You're
up."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, "Give me 2 minutes." They
Yeah.
come back. They come back. One has a shank. He's supposed to be the intimidator, and the other two guys, I'm butt naked. My dick is just fucking, "Hello world, what's going on?" And these two guys just jump me.
Oh my god, dude.
All I remember is they push me back. My head hits the fucking the
wall, the
shower
tile,
wall,
yeah,
tile
yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
I punch one out.
Yeah, sure.
The other one, we start fighting.
Where's the shank dude?
The shank dude's there. He's the intimidator. They're supposed to just teach me a lesson. Their rules are like they have
Sorry,
intention.
mediator. You mean?
Yeah, he's the mediator.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's never gonna join
Yes.
unless I pull out a shank.
Yeah.
They
makes
have
sense.
they have like
I see what you're saying. It's like
loyalty
it's ways to like keep the. It's a weird
They-
way to almost like keep the peace in a way. It's like
Right.
It's to make sure everybody folws the rules.
Right. So the
rules of
rule is,
engagement, yeah.
I deserved at that point in my own fate, in my own eyes,
Yeah.
that I deserve to be punished. Now, are they going to kill me for it? Probably not.
Not.
But are they going to beat me up for it and
Definitely
make it hard
will.
for me?
Yeah.
Yes. So at that point, they realized that two people probably could take me.
Yeah.
Wrong. You can't because
Right.
you're little Mexicans.
Sure.
And I know how to fucking fight. So, call CO, whatever. There's a guy in there, a super OG guy, and his name was Sergio. And Sergio, he was from Nicaragua, but his mom was Mexican.
Okay.
So he was a Southsider,
Yeah.
but not a true Southsider. But he's so OG. This guy was like 63 or 64, right? Just multiple counts
Yeah,
in
yeah,
and
yeah.
out of prison. Like everybody knew who he was. Yo, Serge. So Sergio comes up after the CO leaves and says, "Just stop. It was a misunderstanding." So they stopped. But at that point, I realized like these guys, they have the most comprehensive way of being in prison because they have a schedule set.
Everything is like
Everything's set.
They have their own functioning society inside.
Functioning,
of prison.
complete functioning society. And honestly, when you're in a situation like that, it's a very caveman like. There's not much logic. When you think about what they're doing and how they're doing it, it's fairly logical.
Yeah.
You're like 2 against 1. Nobody's using a shank. He's just there to protect everybody.
Yeah. Like that fucking makes sense.
I mean,
I wish we could have that outside. Like,
Yeah, I
one
mean-
guy with the knife or a gun just to make sure nobody else.
dude, if
pulls that
cops
shit.
were like this,
Yeah.
it makes sense. If a cop goes to a domestic violence case
Yeah.
and he sees 2 dudes are trying to fight, he would just pull out his gun and just,
Wait.
okay, you guys go ahead.
Yeah.
That's the way I would, if I was a cop, boom, right there.
Thank God you're not a cop. Anyways.
So we're going in and, we are about 15, 20 days in.
Okay.
At this point, I'm 10 days away from fucking freedom.
Right.
Okay.
You still have that impression. You're still on the 30 days.
Right. So I'm playing games. I'm playing card games, playing backgammon as well, and I'm
Nice.
winning money.
Yeah.
So I'm buying soups and I'm turning it into bets.
So for the viewers who may not know, because I learned about this from a fucking TV show, and then I asked you about it, and then you told me it's real. But quickly, in like 20 seconds, explain to the viewers how real ramen currency is in prison.
Ramen currency is 50 cents, 2 for $1. It's super real. Super real. Absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
It's
And like different flavors, like
different
it's
flavors.
It's a great, yeah.
Shrimp lime is the most famous flavor because they're always out.
Yeah.
And commissary, only get refilled once a month, so everybody's after that. Shrimp lime.
Crazy, man.
And it's because of that Mexican, what is that, Cajun flavor?
Cajun, yeah.
Cajun flavor?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Mexicans love that shit. They
It's
love
amazing.
that fucking shrimp lime shit.
So ramen currency is a real thing. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
So, you can even make, when you lose a bet, you can probably just tell the guy, like,
I was just gonna say,
hey,
yeah.
can I give you 17 shrimp limes instead of 20 chickens?
Oh.
And he'll be like, all right, cool.
yeah.
And
But at that point, that's like a bargaining thing.
Yeah,
like
it's a
you have to-
bargaining thing.
Yeah.
But if you could say no. But regardless, I'm there. I get 10 soups.
Okay.
And that cost me about $5. Okay. By the end of this, I've turned that 10 soups that cost me $5 into $47. That's in my commissary because you can give commissary back and get money put back in your
right.
books.
Yeah.
Okay. You understand?
Yeah.
As long as it's not opened, You can do that.
Right.
So I started with $60, went down to $55 plus $45.
Right.
Okay. So I'm at like
Yeah, $100.
I'm at $100.
Yeah.
So we're in 20 days in, and some random guy shows up asking me for fingerprints about 7 p.m.
Fucking weird.
I was like, what is
Yeah,
this? He doesn't give me any kind of specifications of what's going on.
Yeah.
Just we take it, we go fingerprint. They take some blood samples out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear anything about it. 2 days go by. This Arab guy comes in there.
Must have been like the only Arab guy in the fucking joint.
Basically, he's
Yeah,
running with us.
yeah.
His name, I believe, was Abdullah, but don't quote me on it.
Sure.
So Abdullah doesn't wipe his ass.
That's a problem.
Takes a shit, comes back, and he's my upper bunk now. Because my upper bunk guy got released. So
Right.
he's my upper bunk, so I'm smelling this all day. I go up to him one day after cafeteria. I'm like, man, you need to clean your shit up. You need to go to a different bunk because I can't handle this smell.
Yeah.
It smells too much. And this guy, I later found out that he was a rich kid that did something fucked up. He got drunk and hit and killed somebody
Fuck.
on it. Like, and then he ran away. It was like a hit and run.
Yeah.
And they caught him. So he had the notion that he could do whatever the fuck he want. So at that point, when I told him that, he gave me a fucking slap.
Bad move.
When you give me a slap, I'm 20 days in. There's two options. Either let it go, look like a bitch for the next 10 days, or rage the fuck out like the fucking crazy caveman that you are. What do you think I did?
Caveman.
Caveman.
Correct.
Long story short, I basically fucked up his
Orbital.
not his orbital, but his eye got ripped from the socket,
Right.
from the back, from me constantly punching it.
Detached retina.
Right. So
Yeah.
that got ripped. He sues. One more felony. They put me in seg. That guy that
You say
fingerprinted me,
sues? He what?
he sued. He sued me.
Really?
You can do that in
You
prison.
can do. I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, because you're supposed to stay safe.
Right.
So he snitched, sued, went to the PC yard.
Yeah.
I get a charge. They put me in seg. That guy that took my fingerprints comes back. You know who that guy is? He's ICE, which is immigration officer. Okay.
Yeah.
So after I got out, he wanted to take. He was working on
Sorry,
taking
who
me.
was ICE? The guy who took your fingerprints? Or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes. So he wanted to take me anyway for my 2 felonies, take me to immigration. But he literally couldn't. He was just working on it. But because of this extra felony on this Arab guy, boom, green light. So what they do is they take me to federal prison. Instead of taking me to immigration, they take me to federal prison
Because of that.
of the felony. Okay.
Interesting.
So I could have probably
So you fucked yourself.
I
there.
fucked myself.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no going back. At that point, you have no hope winning your case. There's guys right now that I did the exact same thing, got a felony in there for assault, and they're still not out. And we're talking about 5 years after the fact.
Yeah.
When I got released. So,
So
they
you
tell me
you're in seg.
I'm in seg.
Yeah.
You know, black, no lights. You're in a fucking. There's one window on the bottom for where your food comes in, and there's a window like that
Yeah.
that's shaded.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's another window that they open up, but it stays closed for your hands to get cuffed
Yeah.
when they take you out.
Is there like a light in the room at least, like a fucking light bulb?
Nothing.
So
But
it's
you
just
know,
darkness.
it's
Like
just,
what the
it's
fuck?
just darkness except for the light from the little seals and the little window that's shaded.
Okay. So I was gonna like ask, do you have any sense of like day or night?
You have no sense of day and night.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
I was in there, so we're 21 days in. This
Yeah.
happens. I'm in there for another 9 days with no lights.
Jesus.
No phone calls, no nothing, no ability to talk to any kind of legal aid, nothing. You're just in there, like nobody knows who you are.
That's
People
fucked.
forgot about you, right? And after 9 days, we're in a 30-day period.
Does your lawyer know that you're here at this point?
Nothing.
Like how the fuck?
Nothing. No phone calls, no nothing.
No, I know, but would he, if he had to check up on you, just without you even asking?
They would tell him that I'm in seg, but he would have no connection with me.
Fuck.
And my lawyer was a chick.
Was that a good? But anyways,
She was. I mean, my lawyer, the way she looked was a surprise because she was a darker Asian, Chinese, but
explains a lot.
Yeah.
Anyways,
explains
we'll
a
get
lot.
into that.
We'll
We'll get into that
later.
later. Okay.
So anyway, basically at this point, they take me in to a room
Okay.
with my lawyer, and they say, okay, so he did this.
Yeah.
This is what happened. The judge sentenced me right there. There's no recess, no nothing.
Yeah.
feds.
Fuck.
Undecided.
Jesus.
Undecided.
What does that mean?
Means you have a court case. That guy's not dropping the charges at this. He's still going to sue you for damages.
Okay.
So not only is he suing you for the criminal act,
Yeah.
but the damages that occurred during the criminal act.
Sure.
Right? And they're
Civil-
talking
civil
about
case, yeah, yeah.
civil case.
Yeah.
So they're talking about like this guy's not going to be able to see again. He's going to be colorblind. His coordination's going to be off.
Sure,
Whatever.
sure.
Depth perception.
Whatever he'll say.
Whatever the fuck reason you can come up with. He's just trying to get out, and he's trying to use this as a reason,
Of course.
right? I mean, rich kid, rich shit.
Yeah.
And basically, at the end of that, my lawyer says, you fucked yourself.
Yeah, you fucked yourself pretty bad
Because
you were
now-
like a week away from getting out almost.
You had a week
count.
away from getting out, and you were going to get out, and they were going to take your green card away, your PR away, and you were going to just go back on visa. And eventually, after 5 years or so, you could have expunged this and been fine.
Yeah.
Now, the only way out is only one way. Either beat your case, which is years,
Really
maybe,
hard. Yeah.
decades, maybe. Who knows?
Sure.
Nobody knows. There's no actual 1 + 1 = 2
Yeah,
equation.
no, it's true. It's true.
It's endless.
Or
Or you can get voluntary departure. My dumbass, we get to the feds.
yeah. Well, hold on. Because if we're gonna get there, then we have to end this. But
No, hold
okay,
on.
yeah, okay.
This is also interesting. We're getting on the bus. There's only 5 of us. It's a fucking school bus. We're just 5 of us.
Sure.
Okay, and it's because not a lot of people go from county to feds. You really have to be a fucking idiot. So I realized out of hundreds of people that fucking went to the feds, there's only 5 of us.
All the people.
5 of
counting,
us.
You were the 5 dumb fucks.
Yeah,
Oh my
5 dumb
God.
fucks that somehow fucked up, and now you're going to the feds. So we go to the feds, and we're going in, and my lawyer is there, and they're doing orientation again, just like fucking thing.
right.
And I'll leave it at this. My lawyer's like, you're gonna go probably 7 to 80 grand into lawyer fees
Yeah.
just to get voluntary departure, or you can fight your case.
Right. Which will also cost you X amount of dollars.
Triple, maybe quadruple the
Jesus.
price of that. So what do
Should have
I
asked
say?
her like, hey, do you want?
What do you think my dumbass says?
Do you do pro bono? That's what you should have asked her.
No. Without a hesitation, I say, I'm gonna fight my case.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm gonna fight my case. And that was another fucking mistake that cost me another like 4 or 5 months. Okay.
Which we will get into
Later.
on the next episode.
episode, man.
That concludes part 2 of our prison series with this specimen of a man right here. Armand, your co-host Hector. Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed. I've gotten feedback from the first episode. I've gotten good feedback actually. Your storytelling ability was one. If you guys have any other feedback you guys want to send our way, please let us know. We are on Instagram, Funny But Foul Podcast.
Yes.
Funny But Foul everywhere else on YouTube,
TikTok, all that shit. Dude.
all the other podcast
We're gonna try to
platforms.
go Twitch. We're gonna try to go.
Yeah, we're
fucking
gonna try that out. We're
Snapchat.
gonna try out some more streaming
We're
stuff.
gonna try more streaming stuff.
Maybe Facebook Watch as well.
And
Another one.
look out for any other kind of promotional things. We're trying to go big in the next 7 months. I'm telling you that right now.
We're trying to grow, guys, and so if you enjoy, like I know some of you guys have been enjoying this, please share it with your friends, and try and spread the word for us, because we're like Armand said, we're trying to grow here. So, anyways, with that concludes our second episode. We will see you on the next one.
We out.
Peace.